Hey, y'all. This is the host and creator of the Lauren Hour podcast, your girl, Miss Alora D. So if you guys are tuning in, I want to thank you guys for being here and exploring this journey with us. But you guys can check us out every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's right, 6:30 p.m. every Sunday Eastern Time. So I want to take the time to welcome you guys and tell y'all to fasten your seatbelts and get ready for this wild ride. All right, y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hey guys! Welcome to the Lauren Hour Network with your girl Alora D and your homegirl Jazz. Jazz is in the house. What's up, Jazz?
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
How you doing?
Good. I'm excited to be back here with you. So, guys, we're about to jump right off the porch like Sharkeisha did back in the day.
Sharkeisha, no.
Sharkeisha. And Jazz actually has some stories for us, and I'm gonna do a screen share, and we're gonna follow along with her, and we're gonna give our advice on the story. Yeah, because this right here is mad crazy. Go ahead, Jazz. Give us a little bit of background about the story. I'm gonna pull it up.
I'll wait you pull it up and then.
All right. There we go.
Okay, so this lady here is Abby. I want to say the last name is pronounced Warner, I think. Don't give me the line. But she was a first grade teacher at Rich Neck Elementary, which is in Michigan. Or I'm sorry, I lied. That was all the way wrong. Newport News, Virginia is where she is. And in January of 2023, she was shot in her classroom. Now, there was a 6-year-old boy that came in around 2 p.m., the articles say, that and shot her. Like, she put her hand up, and it went through her hand, and I think through this area. Maybe I want to say her scapula. I think it said it went through, regardless of the fact. It went through her hand, hit her. I mean, thank God it didn't kill her, but she was seriously injured. Now, the main reason why I want to talk about this is because this is something that literally could have been prevented. Once I was on TikTok and I started watching one video, and they have the little search for whatever the video is that you're watching, and I jumped down the rabbit hole on this. So real quick, but it's like, it's crazy. So the 6-year-old, there were 4 different instances where they were told to the principal, they told the principal, like, hey, this kid has a gun. 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 And she did absolutely nothing, which then led to Abby being shot. Now, I had to do a little bit more research because I wanted to be like, with this principal, like, if you were told 4 different times, they said that she was told at like 11 something, or I think when the boy first got to school. So you would say like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning that he had a gun. She was told at 11:15 when they were at recess, because the little boy had the gun in his jacket, showed it to a little girl and said, hey, if you tell anybody about this, I'm gonna shoot you. To a whole nother 6-year-old. I think it was a 6-year-old, but they were at recess on the playground. They said that. So the principal was alerted then. They searched him. I guess they couldn't find it. They searched his book bag, couldn't find it. And then they were told one more time that he had it. She did nothing. Then the teacher was shot. But I did do a little bit of research, and the mom, she was charged because it was her gun. Yeah, it was her gun. And that's one thing, is like, okay, if you have a gun in your house with children, I mean, I have my gun in my house with my child as well, but I keep it put up. It's on safety. Ivy will never be able to get to it at all. Like, she'd never be able to get to it. So that's what mom should have did. So her being charged, I understand. But they also as well charged the principal. I'm actually looking at the article to see exactly what they charged her with. They charged her with 8 counts of child abuse.
Dang, 8 counts.
Yep. So I'm trying to see if they tell me as to why they charged her with that. Let's see. Nope, it doesn't. But all it says is that the special grand jury wanted to basically put these charges on her. And
Right.
I mean, I agree with that because I mean, she put a teacher in harm's way. Now, what
Right.
if he would have went, like, say, shot that teacher, and then decided he wanted to do like a
More.
Columbine or a Sandy Hook incident or something, you know, and more people would have died. I mean, thank God. Like, listen, thank God she didn't die. There was about 15 or 16 kids in the class when it happened, but
Hmm.
even though despite the fact she was shot, she was still able to get them to safety, you know. So
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yo,
like
this is like the second 6-year-old who have shot their teacher.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
it's
not
really
even just a 6-year-old bringing a gun to school,
school.
period.
Like,
Because there was another story. After I read this one, I was digging some more and I found a story about a girl named, let me see if I still have it. I want to say her name is Kelly Ryland. Oh, give me a moment here.
now I heard about the one student too who had brought the gun to school and did that to the teacher.
Mm,
My main issue is why didn't the principal take any of these accusations seriously,
right.
and why did it take so long to act, and why wasn't the principal arrested that same day?
I
And there's just
would, I mean, yeah, she should have been arrested.
yeah. And then
Uh,
how did a 6-year-old know how to operate this gun? There is
exactly.
a lot of maneuvering in operating a gun. You have to load it,
Honestly,
make sure it's loaded, cock it back, and you have to have some type of aim.
but you got to
And
think with these
like
video games. Like, I mean,
video games
they,
is different though. It's
I
not
mean,
the
yeah, but they kind of teach you,
it had
kind of.
guns have kickback. And they didn't even state in the article what type of gun that he used to shoot the teacher with.
I
And it's
don't
really
think so.
appalling. It's mad appalling.
It is. It is. Oh, but I found the other article. The girl's name was
Hey,
Kayla Rowland. That's what it was. Kayla Rowland
Kayla
was,
Rowland.
yeah, she was a 6-year-old girl in Michigan in 2000 that was killed by another 6-year-old. So,
Oh my.
yeah. Yeah. So they're kind of comparing the two
Mm,
cases. I mean, it's kind of similar, but not
mm.
kind of, sort of. Kind of,
So
sort of.
I'm like, I don't know, because this story right here, it has the kind of like a double edge because I see where the principal probably didn't take it seriously once they did search and they didn't find anything.
Right.
Because principals are brought with so many issues every day, and we have to remember principals don't just run the school. They have to worry about the finances of the school. They have to account for every teacher, every student. And so this teacher, well, this principal, she probably was brought with so many different issues on so many different days that she probably was like, you know what, nah, this is just the kids, being kids and stating rumors when they did look and they didn't find anything. So if they did look and they didn't find anything, and even though they kept saying the kid had the gun, it's like you kind of at this point have to think it's just a rumor. So I feel
But
like, go ahead.
sorry, there was something else I forgot to put in there with it in regards to the child. So, from what other articles that I read about the child is that the child was already a problem child. He was
Mm,
suspended because that same teacher he had got
uh-huh.
mad and broke her phone. So
Ah,
the day that he shot her was the first day he had came back to school. His parents were supposed to come to school with him,
mm-hmm.
and I guess for what they're supposed to like come with him and actually sit in the class with him. For whatever reason they didn't, and there you go. So that's why I feel like the principal should have been arrested and charged from the beginning because it's like this is already a problem child. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
goodness.
So it's like when you hear that kid's name, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we got an
But
issue, we
then,
got an issue.
but then you got to think about it too. Where are you going to put a 6-year-old who's a problem child? Because
Alternative
at that
school.
age, at alternative schools are normally for like fifth grade and up, because normally
Oh
that's when
yeah,
kids
that's
start
true.
feeling themselves
That's
and they
true.
start misbehaving and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. You're
So
right.
I
You're right.
kind of
You're
feel
right.
bad for the whole school district, because what do you do with a disorderly 6-year-old? And then you have to look at it like this: parents aren't even allowed to really discipline their children anymore. So your kid
Yeah,
can be
everything is child abuse, literally.
bad as hell, and you can't even put your foot off. Now, I'm not one who believe in whooping kids unless it's absolutely warranted. And
I'm a
in
beat
order
Ivy
for
up.
my child to get a whooping, that child had to do something like start a fire.
I am going to beat Ivy up. Nobody report me, but I beat Ivy up. I promise you I will.
You gotta leave little sister alone. Don't be coming for little sister.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This 3 stage is. Mm-mm. It is
Yeah,
absolutely ghetto.
they say it's the terrible twos, but it's really the terrible blues because you never know when that
It's
stuff gonna
terrible.
end.
Everything is like, I want, I want, I want. If you don't get it, she's whining. So it's like she's going through the terrible twos on or terrible threes, and then on top of being an only child, so she got this only child syndrome. Like,
Mm, mm, wow. So, Jazz, before we get into the because I really feel bad for this teacher because her injuries were sustainable, like they were
like that could
sustainable.
have killed her for real. Like
Guys,
if it would have went a
don't
little
mind me.
bit more over, yeah, it would have hit an
Right.
artery and she would have been out of here.
I'm mad sick. She had multiple surgeries. They're saying that her healing is so slow, like she can't even really go back to work because
Mm-mm.
the way that he shot her, like when you get shot in your hand, you have so many different nerve endings in your hand, and they
And
are.
I'm pretty sure all them nerves were
Yep.
damaged too. So,
Mhm. So if you guys ever seen Doctor Strange and y'all see how Stephen Strange had to go through all those surgeries because his nerves
uh-huh.
in his hands was messed up,
Yep.
pretty much that's the same thing with the teacher.
But I
And
mean, I would rather it been her hand because from how he was aiming for her face. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
wow.
she put her hand up like that. So I would rather having surgeries on her hand than having to reconstruct her whole her fucking
Or
face,
just her
basically.
not being here.
That too. That too. Because
But
I mean, they said she's only like 25. She's
she
young.
looks young.
Like
She
that
looks
is
young. But
young.
then again, what there's so many questions because I don't want to victim blame, but I'm just like,
Right.
where
But you know what?
why wasn't
Somebody
the
else
sign?
said too. Yeah,
Go ahead.
why weren't the signs there? But somebody else said too, what maybe there was an issue with the teacher with him that was never, you know what I mean? Not saying that she was mean
Yeah.
to him, but maybe she was. We don't know. We weren't
Still don't
there.
warrant the shooter.
That is
But
true. That is true. But as
that
in a
still
child's
don't
head,
you
at that
never
age, I
know.
mean, you know right from wrong, but at the same time, it's like
It's
right
really
and
no
wrong is
justifying.
still.
Yeah, it's really no justifying this story.
I
But
mean,
I
no.
do want to know why didn't no one knew the signs because this little boy's behavior seemed like it was progressing and getting more dangerous. They said he was a problem and then he broke her cell phone. If you take and break a teacher's cell phone, that should be seen as a threat. I'm
But
sorry.
then it does, and
That
then it
should be seen as a threat.
actually pulls up another question for me because my grandma's a teacher. Well, she was, she's retired now. But
Hmm.
my grandma has always said that when she's dealt with a problem child, it
Uh-huh.
started from at home. So what
True.
is going on in that house that makes that boy want to go to school and act out?
And you know what? Sometimes is no love, no structure.
Right,
Sometimes
right,
it's just you
right,
have a child who is disruly and you don't know how to handle them, and
right,
you don't have any systems but in
right.
place to help you
I
because
wanted
there
to say
are.
maybe she was a single mom, but from what I was reading, both
It was
parents
a
are in the
yes,
house.
yes. Both
So
parents are in the house, but sometimes you can give a child everything they need.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's true. That is
Some,
true.
he says some people ignore the signs because they don't want to be involved in the issue.
But
That
ignoring
is
the
100%
signs make
right.
it a bigger ass issue because now you got something like this. Like it could have just been where she's going to jail for him having the gun. It
Right.
could have been completely different where this boy is going to be tried as an adult for killing somebody. Like
Right.
them signs. Like if you see them, like you not
You have to say something.
don't ignore them because
Don't
it could
right.
literally. That's why I feel like all school shooters and stuff. That's why I feel what happens is that they had those signs that everybody just kept ignoring until they did some drastic shit.
Because you know what? They see so many people with signs like that and they just like, oh, this can't happen here. This won't happen here because you
But
put
it
it out of
does.
sight, out of mind. So you never believe that anyone could do something like that to you. Or you have the thought process, oh, that can't happen here. Because
Right.
I guarantee you, people who were at Sandy Hook thought the same thing. You always think things like this. But that's where humans, that's where we mess up at is thinking that people aren't capable of doing nasty things and they are. And
Yeah.
I'm learning this. I learned this week and last week. People will present themselves in a certain manner, and they are not the way that they say that they are or they're supposed to be, which
Are
is
we?
crazy.
Dang, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind.
We're not gonna say his name over here. We don't give that energy. People
Because
who
I was
have
about to go there.
yeah, no, people who are not happy in their lives and they have to present their selves to the world in a manner that is not true about them. They're unhappy in that place. I will not conduct myself with that energy. I almost did yesterday. And then I was stressed out for a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? You have been creating your content, doing your thing, and we're syndicated, and that's the thing. And I tell people all the time, like YouTube, we don't have a big following on YouTube because we're not on YouTube a lot, but we're on all major platforms. We're on Apple, Google, any streaming platform you want to find us on, we are there. And we are international. We are not just here in America. We're everywhere. And I'm thankful for that. And our Facebooks and our TikToks. And, so I'm going to humble myself and be grateful and thankful for that. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I don't have to cause drama and mess to search for success. I want to give out stories that have quality, and I want to help make a change and be the change and be the voice of change and reason. So Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go high. And that's on a high note.
I don't like that saying, because my saying is, when they go low, I go straight to hell. But
oh my God, she's not lying, y'all. She's gonna go straight there. And I'm gonna be pulling her back, like, no, girl, no, we're not gonna do that. And she's gonna be like, oh, Lord, let go. Like, no, we're not gonna do that, girl. We don't do that. We don't do that. But guys, don't mind my voice. I'm sick. And I'm so thankful I was still able to get up here and still do the show with my girl, because it's been a minute. But Jazz, I want to get into the trending corner. And we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about Mr. OJ and Harvey Weinstein. All right, y'all, let's go. It is time for the trending corner with Alora D and Jazz.
Conquered somehow.
Hey guys, so I am back. It has been a minute, and here we are at the trending corner with Alora D and Jazz. So listen, guys, the news that's trending today is Harvey Weinstein, guys. So Harvey Weinstein's rape conviction, was overturned in the Me Too trial in New York City. And this actually is a big loss for women. And the reason why it's a big loss for women is because it seems like money will always save you. Harvey Weinstein was convicted some years ago. I think it was like in what was it in? 2020. So he was convicted
2020.
I'm really shocked about this, because I've seen people like Bill Cosby go to jail, and most of their charges stay. Now, most of his charges that were vacated or overturned through a Supreme Court judge were felony charges, and they were all stemming out of New York. Now, for you guys who don't know, Harvey Weinstein does have charges, and he is still currently in prison for the charges in California, where he was also convicted. Jazz, give me your take on Harvey and overturn this sentence being vacated in New York.
Flabbergasted, because like you said, with Bill Cosby, it's like, okay, so if you're overturning that, like, what was the reason why you overturned those for him? Are you going to do the same thing for Uncle Bill? Because it's like,
right,
come on now, people didn't say anything till damn 40 years later about anything that did happen. So it's like, no statute of limitations for it. Like, what's up? I mean, yeah, it's a big loss for women. That's just, it just makes it seem like, okay, you can go ahead and be raped or sexually assaulted by somebody, and you can go ahead and tell they're going to go to jail, but it'll get overturned. Don't even worry about it, and it's just like,
right. Jinx said that sucks. It was overturned. He hurt a lot of women. Yes, that is very true. And this makes me nervous for Diddy, because now Harvey's conviction was overturned, and there's going to be a lot of outrage. There is a lot of outrage about this. So I'm like, now I feel like Diddy is not about to get a fair chance.
Diddy is not. They is going to throw they're going to throw the bookcase, the judge, the jury. They are going to throw they're going to throw everything at Diddy. Like, when I say everything,
Girl, I really feel
everything.
that way too. But this is the reason why the judge overturned it, because he said that he felt like Harvey didn't have a fair trial because they listened to witnesses during the grand jury hearing, who weren't actual victims, or they weren't actively a part of the trial, or their cases weren't being prosecuted. And I'm like, what? People
So wait,
testify all the time to people's character.
yeah.
So go
So
ahead, Jess.
because he technically, like, it's saying like he technically didn't like assault them or anything. So because
No,
he
he
did,
did.
oh,
He
he
did.
did.
Well,
Okay,
allegedly he
allegedly.
did, but there may not have been enough evidence to bring their cases to trial or to have him convicted on their cases. So they probably just used them as character witnesses to, define Harvey's character, to, help the defense. I'm not help the defense, but help the prosecutors.
So it's just
And
basically like saying that their case is okay. We didn't have enough evidence. Your testimony and all that doesn't matter. Like, how do you think that makes a woman feel that's been through something like that?
right,
Because I would be
right.
devastated. I would be super devastated. Like, I mean, thank God I've never had to deal with nothing like that. But it's like, what?
Right. But this is my thing though, like people don't understand how hard it is to prove rape. Especially with someone who has money like him, money, power, and respect basically in
But they
Hollywood.
don't
He
have like
basically
rape
owned
kits
Hollywood.
or nothing. Like,
You do you know how many backlogs there are of rape kits? You know how hard it
oh
is
yeah, that's true.
to,
That's
to
true.
get someone's DNA. You gotta have probable cause and you gotta have
To get
circumstantial
it,
evidence
yeah, 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 yeah.
to
That's
get it. You
true.
can't just say this
That's
person
true.
raped me
You're
and
right.
there's no proof that you was ever in the same room with them, sitting with them. You are not going to get any DNA.
That's still fucked
Um,
up though.
it is. It
Because
really
I
is.
feel like with stuff like that, like if, like, say you go and say, okay, Bob assaulted me, I feel like it should be like something where they say, Bob, bring your ass in here, let me swab to get your DNA to make sure that this girl ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, then that kind of messes with your First Amendment right a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That messes with your right as an American,
yeah,
your
I
right
know.
to privacy and stuff like that. Because then people are going to be out here just accusing people going to get their DNA, and then that's
Crazy.
when coercion and corruption is going to seep in. So we got to have a fair justice system. But this is my
But I mean,
thing,
it's
though.
really not fair if
It's
they're not
not fair. Let's
getting
be
the
honest.
justice for being assaulted or anything. It's really not fair. It's like
Right.
it's a win-lose situation. Somebody's gonna lose in there. Somebody.
But what does it say to the victims? What does it say to the victims? We know that those women weren't their cases weren't being prosecuted, the ones who testified, but they testified to their experience. It wasn't like they lied. It wasn't like they made it up. And it's just like when Zimmerman had that issue in Florida with Trayvon Martin, and he went to trial, and they had his family, his friends come up and speak to his character, and that helps sway a jury. And that's what any defense, any prosecutor uses. So why did this judge feel the need that wasn't fair for Harvey Weinstein? And a lot of people are saying that this judge needs to be looked into, and I'm on the same train with them. Yeah, you
I
agree?
agree. I definitely agree because it's like there has to be somewhere. Like, did he pay you off or something? Because if he did, that's
Somebody
technically
paying them off.
illegal. That's technically illegal, and somebody need to take your job if they did. Like,
Right, right. But what does this says to the victims? It says don't speak up.
that's
Because
fucked
no
up.
matter if there is evidence to convict,
Yeah,
he has a
nothing's gonna
bunch of
happen.
golf buddies and a bunch of money that's going to overturn the
Yeah,
conviction. So now you're going to have more women not
yeah.
speaking up
Yeah,
because
or
it
if
was
you're gonna get assaulted by somebody that's poor, so you know that they're gonna get prosecuted, basically.
to be honest, getting assaulted by a poor person, they're more likely not to get assaulted either. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate,
that's true.
but
That's true.
it's so hard because you have so many people, women who scream rape, and it's not true. And then you have, actual victims who are
Mm-hmm.
unheard and who don't speak up, and they don't speak up for years
Mm-hmm.
later. And then some people are like, why do you wait so long? And I used to be one of those people who said it. And then I realized, Oh, we got a message up here. It sends a message that if you have, oh, Jinx said, it sends a message that if you have lots of money and you do a crime, you are untouchable. So that means more women and men will be hurt. That is true.
Bingo, bing bong. That is
Yo, Jinx,
definitely true.
Jinx, you on fire. That is
That's
fact.
definitely true.
That
It's just,
is
I mean, that's
fact.
sad. It's just sad. And like I said, I've never had to went through it, but I know somebody close to me that went through it, and she did. This happened when she was a child, and she didn't say anything until she was in her, like, she was an adult. And I asked her the same thing. I'm like, well, why'd you wait so long? She's like, I just felt like nobody was gonna believe me. And it's like, damn, like for you to
True.
feel like that, like that's fucked up.
The person who hurt me made me feel dirty, and it made me feel ashamed, and it made me feel like it was my fault.
That's what she
And then
said
it was like,
too.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell your mom. I'll tell your mom you was misbehaving. And that's why I didn't speak up. I wasn't brave enough to tell my mother. And this happened to me when I was like damn near not even in kindergarten yet. I was not even in kindergarten yet. Yes.
Oh my God.
And I was afraid someone was watching me.
Right.
And I could not tell my mother until I was in like the 3rd grade, because that same person was trying to hurt me again. And at this point, I'm talking and conversing with like peers at my school. Like we had like this group at Cleveland Elementary. Miss Tessa led the group.
I know exactly what group you're talking about.
And we were talking, and I had just started talking about my trauma and what happened, not knowing that it wasn't normal. I was talking about it like it was normal.
Because I mean, at that age, you don't know any better. Like
you don't. And then I heard the other girls' stories. And once the other girls in the class were telling me what happened to them, I'm like, oh wow. And then a week later, Miss Tessa comes pull me out. They then did a video and all of this stuff, and child services was involved, and it was so crazy. And that's actually when I told my mom, and I didn't even come out and tell her on my own. I ended up just conversing with someone who was a victim too at that age. And so that's why I am so hurt that this was overturned. People are like, oh, he's still going to be in jail. It doesn't matter, because he's in jail for something else, and he still has a likelihood to have that overturned too, because of what the judge just set the precedence to overturn his sentence over here in New York. Now his lawyers have a leg up to do the same thing possibly in California. Now, if they get a judge out there who is fair and just, then those victims will still have justice. If they get another judge like this guy, then Harvey Weinstein is going to be back out on the streets. And I hate how the media portrayed him. Every time you see his picture, he looks old, he looks frail, he looks like he is just so helpless. It's like, how could you be helpless and you were out here assaulting women and just doing this and acting like it was just, Valhalla. You was in Valhalla having a great time. You were the king, you were Odin's son, and it's just so crazy to me. Girl, go ahead and say what you got to say, because I would get too deep on this case, because that's trauma for me. And,
no, I mean, I'm agreeing with, like, I can only say so much like that only because I've never been in that situation. So it's like, right. I really can't, say like how you feel, or like if you're feeling, like saying you're feeling invalid and all of that. So, I mean, girl, if that's what you want to do.
Right. So guys, it is time for our Messy Boots segment. And for our Messy Boots segment, I'm going to let Jazz bring up Orange Juice and let her talk about this thing going on with him and his estate. Hey, Jazz, are you ready for Messy Boots, girl?
Oh, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. Well, get ready, girl.
I'm multitasking. Multitasking.
Okay.
I can get on it, so.
All right. Well, guys, it's time for Messy Boots. Let's get messy.
Question. Are you able to do a screen share of what I have sent you?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about juice.
Okay. We're about to talk about juice. You got the juice. I got the juice. You got the juice.
Okay. And then I got something else I want to, while we bringing up about juice, can we talk about?
Oh, wait. Did you send that via Twitter or not Twitter? What's that thing called?
TikTok. I sent it yesterday at 7:25.
Dang, can you send it through Facebook and I can share it? Or I can Google it. What is it? OJ?
No, it's an actual TikTok. Let me sorry.
Oh no,
You said I could through like Facebook. You said.
I don't know. I'm gonna be using TikTok on StreamYard. I'm gonna get to using it on here. Or just put the TikTok, play the TikTok, and kind of put it so we can just hear the story.
Okay, let's do
Put it
that.
to the
Okay.
microphone so we can hear the story.
Okay. So. Okay, y'all.
People are desperately seeking realness.
Yes.
OJ didn't kill Nicole. His oldest son, Jason, did. Jason is now 53 years old. At the time of Nicole's death, he would have been 23. Jason went into the army, and when he got out, he was working as a sous chef. The night that Nicole died, he literally had an entire set of knives on him. That night, he never clocked out of work. In fact, they didn't even know where he went. His time was later written in. That night, he was supposed to cook for Nicole and her family, but at the last minute, Nicole changed her mind, and this enraged Jason. Why? Because Jason had rage issues, and he was taking Depakote to deal with it. Now, at the time Nicole was murdered, he had stopped taking his medicine. Now, before OJ met Nicole, he was with Marguerite, whom he had Jason, a daughter, and another child. And when Jason was a teenager, he was in charge of watching his youngest sister swim in the pool. When they came back, she had drowned. He was there. We do know he was let go of one job prior to the one he had for threatening a supervisor while yielding a knife.
Not a knife.
His former girlfriend stated that he threatened schmuicide and then stabbed himself. Jason lied about his whereabouts the night Nicole died, and he said he was with his girlfriend. It came up in a civil deposition that he was lying. He then later said that he went home after work and didn't do anything. So he never, ever, ever had an alibi as to where he was. When this line of questioning came up, Jason got very nervous, and the lawyer asked what was going on, and they immediately took a break. Now, when they came back from a break, this line of questioning was never revisited. Whoever killed Ron and Nicole would have been covered in blood. Remember, Ron put up a fight. Getting into a car would have certainly meant more than just a few drops of blood. Speaking of cars, we never got to see Jason's car, but we do know that his Jeep was left out for days in the rain with the top down. So the theory is that Jason went to Nicole's home to confront her about the dinner and saw Ron there and figured out what was going on. And in a fit of rage, walked back to his Jeep, grabbed a knife, and killed them both. Now, the only person OJ would have taken the fall for was his son, who he felt he failed in life. So then why did OJ have a cut on his hand? These were the earlier days of cell phones, and at the time, police never did check his cell phone records. They later did and saw that there was a call that went out from Jason to OJ. So quite possibly, Jason called OJ and told him what he did. OJ went back to the house and, in a fit of anger after seeing what his son did, slammed his hand down and cut it. It's quite possible that OJ then told Jason to go home and clean up, and OJ cleaned up himself. That night, OJ immediately called a lawyer for Jason. The next day, the only person in the first person to have a lawyer was Jason. Fact, when the cops showed up to the house, they wanted to press Jason, and they were immediately rebuffed, and their focus was to go entirely on OJ. Jason got away with murder, and OJ got away with tampering with the crime scene and accessory to murder at best. Say the weird thing.
Wow, you know what? That sounds so freaking believable because it was just like
when I had to listen to it like 2-3 times, and I'm like, fucking what?
The only thing that throws me off is the kids, because I thought he had 2 kids with Nicole, a boy and a girl.
He did. They were younger. I know they said that the daughter was 8 when Nicole died. I'm not sure
They were young. I
if the
remember.
son was older
No,
or
he was
younger
younger.
than that.
He was
Okay.
younger. Yeah, I remember that. I remember we watched that trial on and on, and it was just like
Mhm.
all the evidence. There was nothing proving that he
But
really
I
did
never
that.
knew he had the older son though. Like all I
Me
knew is that he
neither. I
was married
never
to
saw the
Marguerite.
older son.
Yeah, all I
But
knew was that he was married to Marguerite and that he was cheating with Nicole when Marguerite was pregnant, which I'm assuming now is that last baby. That's my guess.
wow, that is crazy.
Craziness. Super crazy.
Jinx said Jason could have swung the knife towards OJ, cutting his hand in the argument.
That too. That too. That actually sounds more believable than slamming
does.
the hand down because you think when they slam their hand down, especially slamming it down on a knife, it wouldn't just be a
Mhm.
little cut. That would be
Right,
a big gash. So,
right. And any parent who loves their child is definitely going to protect their child because
oh yeah, because if
if
I
it
could
was
kill
my
somebody,
kid,
what? Who? I'm
if it
protecting
was
at
my
all
kid,
costs.
I'm probably gonna take the charges, especially if you know your child
Exactly.
can't do prison.
Exactly.
If you know your child can't do prison. But I gotta know. But this is the thing, though. I gotta know my child ain't no damn serial killer, and he ain't about to be out here just doing this. And then I'm like, dude, you done killed 5 more people, and I'm sitting here
Dog,
for
you
this
got
one
a
body
Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like
murder.
that
Right?
episode of
No.
911. I don't know if you watched. Do you watch 911?
Yes.
Have you seen the episode where what is the boy's name? I can't think of what his name was, but he
Butler.
was no, he didn't work for them. He was what's her name? Angela Bassett's friend from back in the day, and her little friend had went missing from school and all of that. I don't know if you remember seeing that. Her friend went missing from school, and then this happened. What happened prior to that? Her dad had a stroke. And when her dad had a stroke, he was driving and he ended up driving through the house. So they had to remodel the house.
Oh,
But
I
then they
remember.
were looking at the flooring and come to find out that there was a body up under the flooring. It
Dang.
was the little girl that went missing back in like the 70s or
Oh,
whatever. But
wait, no, that was Angela's mother.
okay,
Her
I knew it
mother,
was.
Angela Bassett's
Okay.
mother, and she went to go see her dad. Her and Bobby, and the mom or the dad end up driving through the
It was
house.
the dad. It was the dad
Yeah,
because the
I
dad was in the
remember that
hospital. Yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah. It was the dad. But like how you said, there was all them. Like the dad said, that was his only son. So he was like, he had to basically make sure his son was good. But on top of him killing that little girl, he had killed like 5 more girls. So, but he didn't get caught until later on once she started putting pieces together and whatnot. So
Wow. That
craziness.
is freaking crazy, yo. The times that we live in is so wild. Like you got pedophiles everywhere, rapists everywhere, and no one's
Scary.
catching charges the way they should. And everybody telling women what they should do with their bodies, and it's just too
Mm-hmm.
much going on. And can't nobody
Mm-hmm.
decide whether they, them, her, she, he, a pan, a pot, a car, a jeep.
All
I
that.
mean,
I
I,
identify as a
I
Cheez-It, so
yeah. Well, guys, Jazz, did you have any other stories that you want to talk about?
Carly Russell. So I was watching a
Oh,
TikTok
I
on
forgot.
her.
Whoa, I forgot all about her. And
So she is actually getting, you know what? Hold it on. Because I sent you that. I sent you that TikTok too.
we like
And
facts over here, guys.
hold on.
We love facts.
Let me find that TikTok. Because in the TikTok
We like
it'll say
facts and theories.
exactly,
We do
it'll
like
say exactly what she was charged with.
Host of theories.
You're okay.
This is a misdemeanor offense of making a false police report. How do you plead?
Guilty.
And then CC 23889 as to the misdemeanor offense of making a false police report. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Are you satisfied that your attorneys, Mr. Emery Anthony, Richard Jaffe, and Lucky Milan,
Yes, sir.
are good and competent attorneys and have represented you well?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the plea agreements in these cases?
Yes, sir.
You're pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
Well, I find that your plea was made knowingly and voluntarily, and based on your plea, I find you guilty. Before sentencing, first, is there anything that the Attorney General's office would like to add?
First of all, this case has always been about respect for law enforcement and respect for this community as a whole.
I agree.
Ms. Russell faked a kidnapping, duped the community, and contrived this situation. We still, Judge, don't know to this day where she was, how she got there, what she was doing, with whom she was doing it with. It is our contention that she should get some jail time. I understand that it's a misdemeanor. I do. But because of the effect that it has had on law enforcement as well as on the community, we feel even if it's weekends in jail or nights in jail, that some sort of incarceration is warranted in this case.
Your Honor, I want to genuinely apologize for my actions and the resulting negative impact inflicted onto others. I made a grave mistake while trying to fight through various emotional issues and stress. I am extremely remorseful for the panic, fear, and various range of negative emotions that were experienced across the nation. I want you to specifically acknowledge and take accountability for the pain and embarrassment that I inflicted upon my family, my church family, friends, neighbors, community, and all of those who were directly
My job.
involved in search efforts for me.
Your
I also
sorority.
extend my
Right.
sincerest apologies to the Hoover Police Department and every other law enforcement agency and personnel for the position that I put them in and for the resources used. I absolutely regret my decision and in hindsight wish that I had cried for help in a totally different manner. My prayer is that I will be extended grace and given the opportunity to redeem who I truly am and restore the positively esteemed character that I have worked so hard to attain for the 25 years of my life prior to this incident. I wholeheartedly can say that I've never had any malicious intent to hurt anyone. And I pray that you feel my sincerity and that as I prepare to pick up the pieces and go on to restore my life, that you will witness the fruition of grace.
What you did was you wasted a lot of government resources, and you're going to pay for that. We need to reserve our jails for people who are genuinely a threat to the community. Although we're very upset about what you've done, you're not a threat to the community.
Right.
We're not going to treat you any differently than I would treat any other first-time, non-violent misdemeanor offender. Accordingly, it is the judgment and sentence of this court that you're sentenced in each of these cases to 6 months in the county jail. These sentences are consecutive with each other, and these sentences are suspended. You're placed on probation for 12 months, supervised probation. It's a condition of your probation that you pay full amount of restitution, which is $17,974.88, paid to the city of Hoover. I'm also sentencing you to serve, and this is the condition of your probation, 100 hours of community service. I understand that you're currently getting mental health counseling, is that right?
Yes, sir.
It is a condition at this point of your probation that you continue getting mental health counseling, and I'd like to see some proof that you're getting that counseling when we come back. It's a misdemeanor offense of making a false police report.
Okay. Girl, this baby that threw her life away over a man who did not even stand by her side. $17,000 in fines.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Like all of the police that was going out, like all of the search efforts, and all, I mean, that shit ain't cheap. So
no, it's not. But I'm just saying, like, she made a stupid decision because she was
about
in
how
love.
long she gonna be paid $17,000. Like if you're
and
not
she can't work as a nurse no more.
Nope.
Baby
like,
girl.
Like think about how long she's gonna be paying on that though. Like you'd have to pay over $1,000 a month if you want to get it paid off in a year. Like,
but you know that's what we gotta teach our daughters about mental health awareness.
Mental health is real. That shit
and our sons, because let's not act like young men don't need that teaching too. But to throw your life away, and that judge was being very generous by not making her go to jail, and I respect him for that. But
yeah, because the Attorney General's office wanted her in jail. And it's like, I kind of understand why they want her in jail, but also as well, I understand what the judge said. It's like, she's not a threat to the community. It's not like she killed 50 people. And you know what I mean? Like
she was young and dumb and in her feelings.
Exactly. She just did something stupid. She's not a threat to the community. She ain't a threat to herself. She's not a threat to nobody else. So why put her in jail?
But we got to teach our young folks that if this person does not love you, they are not meant for you. You can't force no one to love you.
That is
If
true.
they don't want to be with you and they don't want to love you, baby, that's the best thing for you. That means they would never have your best intent at heart. Now we got to get to the point of leaving people who don't really care about us alone and open the door for the person who does care about us. Because oftentimes we ignore the person who is really meant for us because we want the wrong thing for us.
Mhm.
And I
That is
really think
true.
she should have. I'm sorry, Jazz. I think let me say this. I'm gonna let you talk. She should get some healing. Y'all know I talk a lot. Go ahead, Jazz.
Oh no, I was agreeing with everything that she was saying. Because I mean, it's definitely true. It's like, but she just messed herself up like that.
Right.
That was over a course of what, 2-3 days. Like
Yeah, I
in a
mean, he
matter
was
of 72
fine
hours,
though.
you
He
didn't.
was fine. I ain't see him, but that's what all my homegirl saying. My
He
homegirl
was,
messaged
yeah,
me like,
he was.
"Hey,
Mhm.
that my husband gave me the eye. Like, girl, I will bust you in your head. I'm
He
sorry, babe.
was, yeah, he
Let me check
definitely was.
Let me check myself. You're right.
Tell
But
Kane to
no,
go somewhere. We podcasted.
I like to just pick
I'm
pick
sorry,
on him.
Kane. I'm sorry. Don't arrest me. I'm sorry. Let me shut up.
But no, I'm just
No, she
like,
does
it
need
wasn't
some
worth
healing
it.
though. Like, I
She do.
mean, if she says she go into counseling, that should
Yeah.
hopefully help
Right.
her. But it's like dating and all that. She needs to leave that alone for a while until she's completely at
Because
100%.
homegirl plotted that out. She had toilet paper, and
It's
that was
basically given that if you break up with me, I am going to go super drastic. Like,
Cardi said, "You can't break up with me." We say something. I'm forever, ever, something like
I mean,
that.
it's never that serious. Like I
It's
always, I
really
mean, if
not.
you
I
want to
mean,
leave, you can. I don't care. I really don't care. Bye.
that first week or two of breakup hurts so
It
bad.
does. It does.
But we gotta go through it. We gotta go through it because when you go through those emotions, you are gonna come to your common sense if you let the process work. At sometimes if you're emotionally aware, and you will start realizing this was not for me. You realize how the relationship changed you. But
I mean,
guys,
that's not gonna happen overnight. So
it's not. But she needed some time to heal. Jinx said I would suggested some relationship counseling on having a healthy relationship. Yes.
I agree.
A healthy relationship with herself first.
Yeah,
Because
because she can't have a good relationship with somebody else if she's not good on her end.
Yeah. I guarantee you, homegirl felt like it was her. And she was doing everything
But
to
then
try to
again, he might have been telling her that it was her. Who knows what he
but
said to her?
these dudes are toxic sometimes, you know?
Sometimes.
And he didn't defend her not one time.
You ain't heard about him since that. Yeah, you ain't heard
anything about him since then. He was
I mean, I would be too, but it's like
when I did crazy stuff, my man stood by my side.
When I did crazy stuff, they like, Jazz, you crazy. And it's like, well,
you know what it was.
Like, duh.
How Martin be like, girl, you so crazy, but they love that though. That's the old
like
me.
You already know that. So I mean, I don't know. And you know this, but I digress.
I really wish she went to her father. I know she didn't go to her dad. Because a father would have gave her such profound advice.
But like she didn't have like a brother or like an uncle or like
you know what? Sometimes women, you're a woman, you know. Sometimes when we make constant mistakes in relationships and we know we're making those mistakes and our family's holding us accountable, we don't want to go to them and tell them because we don't want to hear, I told you this, fix this. This is the same pattern. Women and men often fall
into sometimes you gotta hear that though. Sometimes
sometimes you gotta hear it. But people don't like to face the truth nowadays. I'm learning that about this society. People are not open to looking in the mirror and addressing themselves and addressing their issues.
People don't like criticism at all.
Right. And saying,
and I mean, I always feel like, don't get me wrong, I don't like criticism either, but also feel like criticism is important. It's needed. You know what I mean? Because if you're just walking through life thinking you're doing everything right, and then somebody tell you doing something wrong, you get mad. It's like, if you tell me that I'm doing something wrong, I am going to be mad. But I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Tell me how to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But what the fuck do I know?
You know a little bit, son. You've been on this earth for a little bit of time. We done been through some things.
About 35 and a half years. So.
You know what I'm saying? Our grannies and our mamas and our aunties and taught us some things, gave us a little bit of game. Now, the thing is, are you wise enough and mature enough to listen to that game. Because if you
That's true.
apply the
That's
wisdom, the knowledge that your family members are giving you, and I'm talking about wisdom and knowledge, not bad advice, then
Right.
you will be able to alter your life and crave out the path that you want in your life. It's all about self-accountability and self-awareness.
Mm.
But Jazz, do you have anything else that you want to close out with?
I can't think of
No,
any.
no,
I'm
look,
trying,
look, look, y'all.
I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else?
No, let's save it for the next one, y'all. I'm a sick.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
y'all.
I'm out. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
Listen, I was supposed to have the stream up at 7, y'all. I ain't even get the stream going. I got inboxes from B-Bass and Jazz, like, what's up?
That's because I had got home. I put my groceries away. I'm like, all right, it's 8:00. So I mean, what the fuck is
And
that?
oh my God. YouTube world, please say a prayer for B-Bass. I am not going to say what happened, but I am asking for you guys to pray for him and his girl Vanessa. Something happened to their child, and I'm praying for them. And I hope that justice prevails and they get,
Amen.
yes, they get this person. And that's his story to tell, so I will not be telling that. But keep my best friend in prayer and keep Vanessa in prayer. She is such a strong woman. I love that woman to death. Amazing.
And I hope and pray that if regular justice don't work, street justice jumps in.
Yeah, because man, listen, they be making me want to go and thank you.
I'm telling you, that's a crazy. I follow a page on Instagram that only be posting stories about shit that happens in that city, and I be watching it like, is this what y'all be doing all day? Like, y'all ain't got no jobs, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got a playground. Like,
right. And I be having to pray, Jazz, because
they crazy.
this right here made me want to ante up. Like, it made me want to break out, Allura D, like freaking 2001 Allura D, and break out the brass knuckles and roll up.
I'm telling you, cities like that, like where I live, it's crazy. I'm surprised. I mean, I know there's probably something going crazy here, but that's a story for another day.
Right. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so excited to be back. This was our first time back in a little while. I'm getting my health together, and we're gonna be doing this. And we don't be here because we all busy people. I
be working like a Jamaican, so
yes, my girl Jazz, she
no
does nails.
Jamaicans, but yeah.
Jazz she does nails. She does hair. Jazz works. She's a mommy. She's a wife.
I don't know how to do no hair. Don't lie to these people.
Oh, girl, you be doing your hair cute though. That's all I be doing.
I don't be doing my hair. That be my homegirl here.
Whole time, I was thinking it was you. I'm like, when I go down to Atlanta, Jazz about to bust my scalp.
Girl, I can't even braid my own child hair.
I'm gonna touch you in my scalp. You gonna mess me up.
You would have been damn crazy if you did. You would have been crazy.
Hey, yo, let's shout out Jinx. I've met Jinx over on a particular channel, and they have been rocking and so sweet and so nice, and I appreciate them. If you guys see them, go follow their YouTube. Give them some love. Beautiful, beautiful person.
YouTube?
Thank you. We appreciate the love, yo.
What's the YouTube?
What's the YouTube?
Yeah.
Chronicles of an Ex-Best Friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I said I wasn't saying no shots.
Particular. Oh, okay. I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm hot.
Y'all know I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning because I am always the person who is so forgiving, and I be so chill.
Slender man. I'm sorry.
This chick is wild. No, but I wish them the best in their life. I hope that they continue to grow and do their thing. And sometimes you learn that you can't coexist with people sometimes, and you're not right for each other or to be in the same circle. Doesn't mean that you have to want them to crash out and burn. That's not what we do. We want
you ain't gotta walk with the peasants.
No, I don't think like that, because we are all human. No one on this earth is better than anyone. No one No one. I tell people all the time, I have people in my inbox telling me like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, how you changed your life and how you're doing this. And, sometimes I'm look at you and I'm so jealous and this and that. And I ain't gonna put that person out there. And I have to tell them like, listen, I struggle like everyone else. You don't have to be jealous of me because I may look at you and I might like what you're doing with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just take away from some of the knowledge that I'm giving. And if it can help elevate you, then it'll help elevate you. But don't you ever put yourself down because you're standing near me and you feel like I'm doing better and I'm here and you're nothing. No, you are somebody. You are everybody. Listen,
I'm still gonna call somebody a peasant though. I hear you though. I'm still
gonna jazz petty. But
Yeah.
I just want everybody to know that you're all walking in power. You're all walking in grace. This is your season. You command your season. You command your season. Let no one take that away from you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Our 2 viewers, let me tell you, I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for staying and chatting with us. Jinx, shout you out because you're dope. I love it. I love the energy. So you guys, hopefully we could be back Sunday, guys. I don't know. We don't know. Listen, we are literally all students, moms, husbands, and we be working.
Yeah, and I think
on YouTube too much.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to work my other job this weekend too.
Yeah, this is our we just love to give knowledge. Like we love to talk about things like this and give knowledge. I like positivity. My girl Jazz like to be petty sometimes.
I like talk shit too.
Right.
Very much.
She's my research queen. She is my rock, and I love her and I appreciate her. And don't cross her.
Or else.
Yes.
Nice meeting you as well.
All right, guys. So if you guys have not done so, please head over to Facebook and follow me at Alora Dannon Kane. Yes, that is Alora Dannon Kane on Facebook. Also, I'm on TikTok and I'm on IG. So my IG is Mrs. Kane, his queen. That's MRSCAIN HISQUEEN. I had to think about that. Mrs. Kane, his queen. And then on TikTok, and I'm able to finally get subscribers on TikTok and Facebook. I am actually thankful for that. And TikTok, I'm actually allowed now to sell items and do reviews and get paid for it. And so your girl has been working. Hey, let me show y'all. Hold on, wait a minute.
I don't have enough followers on TikTok for that. So.
But you're going to get it there. We need to do some collab videos. I need you to start shouting out your TikTok more.
Okay, well, let me do that here.
Yeah, so your girl's been working.
Yeah, so Facebook for me is Jazz Tolbert. Instagram is Jaslyn with 2 N's .Trinae. And TikTok is, hold on, I'll tell you exactly what my TikTok is because I don't know. It is Ivy's mom. So _Ivy's mommy _
So in the next coming weeks, I will be selling belly chains on there. Yes, your girl made these.
Girl, I need to get rid of my belly first before we talk about a damn chain.
Well, no, these are what I use to guide and track my weight loss and my belly, my fat. So when you put these on here at this size right here, and you start losing weight, they'll start dropping, and that's when you're going to notice the change, and you're going to keep on pushing. And I have dropped 3 of these, guys. And let me shout myself out because Homegirl was $295. Went into the doctor's today for an appointment, and Homegirl is $281. Baby, that is good. I am dropping in.
That's the double digits losing. Yeah.
Yes, girl. So I'm thankful. I still got some hills to climb.
Girl, I'm just waiting to hit the lottery so I can go jump on somebody's table and.
No, thank you.
That's my plan.
Thank you, Jinx.
Or I need to go be like a member of like Baddies or something and get one of them little $1,500 checks that Zeus be giving. No, for real, they only be paying them $1,500 for a whole season of Baddies. Like, are you crazy? $1,500 to be assaulted by a bunch of bitches all day? No,
right, girl. That surgery I didn't had 2 surgeries this month alone.
Oof.
And my body is still healing. That's why I don't be shooting too often either. And
speaking of surgery, you see Broly had surgery. You see, she looks like Johnny Bravo. No, she looks like Johnny Bravo. What did you talk about?
She look
Like, she looks like Johnny Bravo because this is all wide and then her weight. No, that's exactly what she looks like. For real, she do. Like she looked like she like just stuffed all that. I mean, what Rolly is like how you say
stuffed all that in.
Girl, but how do you say that you're a positive BBW, but then you go to get surgery?
I mean, you can still be positive, I think, you know.
I was watching a TikTok on her earlier, and somebody said her BMI was 400, and I just like could not stop laughing.
That is why you coming for us fat women? They better leave us alone.
It's not all us fat women; it's just her. Like,
now every time I see Roly, I'm gonna be like this.
Every time I see Roly, all I see is her from the episode of Jerry Springer pouring that pasta Alfredo on her. That's all
oh my, she was on Jerry Springer in that pool.
She was. That's all I ever see when I see her. I don't see baddies. I don't see what is that? She was on a show with Chan. Yeah, I don't see none of that. I see her fat ass in a pool with noodles all over her. Like,
Jazz, you're horrible.
She's horrible because why would you get on national TV and do that?
Because, girl,
if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm gonna do something that like somebody want to see, like some Jello. Like,
yeah, because who won't? Bitch, nobody want to Alfredo sauce.
No, especially when you rolling all in it. Like,
right. Ew, I know her little rolls was musty. They smelled like. Let me stop. God forgive me. God don't like. Girl, we must get off of this because I'm about to climb my behind in this bed. Guys,
because 5 a.m. is gonna be here before I know it. I'll be mad. I ain't got no sleep. So
and I took this NyQuil, and this NyQuil coming in fast.
It's about to knock you out in about 2 minutes. Like, girl, you go be there, and then next thing you know, it's gonna be morning. So.
I don't know if y'all can see my arms. Y'all probably can't see it, but my veins, it looked like I'm Pookie from New Jack City. They was trying to stick me today, and she like, which arm? I'm like, girl, listen, I'm tired. Like I'm
gonna let them poke my arms no more because my veins are so little, but I have really good veins in my hands. So I'm like, there you go. Like, take the hand.
I don't got good veins in my hands. My arms are really good, but I've been.
My arms are horrible. It's like as soon as they try to poke for it, my vein starts rolling. So,
damn, yeah. Right. This whole month, I've had to have blood drawn every week. So I've been, yes. You know, I'm anemic really bad, and then.
Think about getting drawn every week like that, especially like if they do it in the same.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I have to go to the oncologist because I have to do transfusions. And and my brother was sickle cell anemic. And so I have really bad anemia. And then my
sickle cell ain't nothing to play with either.
No, and then my body's not
got it.
I think what he said, enough white blood cells. So I get sick so easily now because of
my blood. Give you like iron pills or nothing to help?
Iron don't do nothing for me. That's why after this surgery, girl, I've been bleeding for almost a month. And my doctor was like, oh my goodness, like we got to get this under control. I've been on.
That's not even normal. Like that's not normal at all.
No, but it's just like the way I'm supposed to get, I forget what it's called. They have to drill into your hip to get your bone marrow.
I know the word. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, and I've been praying because I'm like, I don't want that over my life. Like my brother had to do that. That's not what's going to be over my life. I think I'm high off this NyQuil. I think he gave me too much.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, I think he gave me too much, but yeah. So I am gonna be documenting my health journey, and it's been so crazy because a lot of this is hereditary. My heart problems hereditary. My niece passed away from the same condition I had. My brother did too. So right now, my brother's daughter. I'm not gonna say his name, but my brother's daughter. And it was a while back.
Okay. It wasn't like okay. I was about to say, dang, okay.
So I'm really trying to go on this health journey. I wasn't never really supposed to be having kids, but I kept having kids and putting a strain on my heart.
Yeah, so
And
that don't make
nobody,
it.
I wanted kids, and now I'm paying the piper. But I
Well, at
wouldn't.
least it's not as bad. I mean, my cousin did the same thing. Like she had 5 kids altogether, and after
Mhm.
her third one, no, after her fourth, she something happened. It was something with one of the valves in her heart, but she ended up
She
having to
had a
get
weak valve.
yeah, she ended up having to get open heart surgery, and they're like, "Don't have any more kids." And what did she do? Have another one, and it damn near almost killed her because it's
That's
like
me, hard
it
headed.
literally damn near almost killed her. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't understand. You want your baby on it, but it's like they specifically told her,
Yeah.
"Don't do it," and it's like, I mean, it wasn't close. Like, well, it was like 3 years apart from it, but still,
Yeah.
it's like them heart valves, like.
No
When they
joke.
stop working, they stop working. And if you ain't right there to get that shit fixed,
Right. Or you got to be on a transplant list, and you don't know how long you're going to be on there. And that's why I'm
because
trying
you
to
could
take
be
this
on that for a day, a week, a year,
week, a
20
year,
years. You
forever
never
till you
fucking
die. And
know.
that's why I'm trying to take it serious. And that's why, like, this last pregnancy almost killed me. And no one even realized, like, I've been down for 3 months. I've been out of the game for 3 months. I've been trying to, get my life back in order. That
Yeah.
I'm like really in shock. Like, my husband has been nothing but amazing. And I'm still struggling. Like,
But it's
today was
horrible that you want to, like, not even if you want to expand your family, just bring another life. And it's like you
right.
want to bring another life to the world, but yours might be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And
but that's the
yeah,
exact reason why I got my tubes removed, because I know, like, I had preeclampsia and all, and that was the worst experience when I had Ivy. And I told myself I would never take myself through that again, because what if this time I get preeclampsia and it's detrimental to me? And you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm not even about to do that to myself. Like, and plus I don't like kids anyway, so.
Shut up.
What? I don't. I don't.
Oh my God. I love
Especially
kids.
kids I barely don't know. Like Ivy.
Kids you barely know can be aggravating until
Like
you
Ivy. Like, I only know her.
First of
I
all,
only
leave
know her
little
3
sister,
years.
leave
That's
little
not
sister
long enough.
alone. Leave
I've
little
only known
sister
her for
alone.
3 years, 36 months. That ain't long enough. That's not long enough to know somebody. So I need about 10 more years before I know her.
Girl, she was in your body. She done kicked your bladder 100 times. You done had to get up 100 times in a night to
I
go
don't
to the
know that
bathroom.
girl. I don't know her.
Talking about I want some Starbucks.
And she really will. Every time I go in Target, I can't get no coffee because she gonna drink it. So let me go get a frappuccino from the store. She gonna want to drink it. Like you only drink coffee when you stressing. What you stressing about, little girl? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sick of her.
But guys, we were supposed to be in this stream, but Jazz, we actually really need to do women's health. I know a nurse practitioner, Miss Shyla. I'm gonna have to reach out to Shyla because I'm gonna want to have Shyla in. I know a whole host of
Do I know any
nurses and
I
doctors.
know some nurses. I do know some nurses.
Yes, I want to have a conversation about women's health and especially Black women with pregnancy and things like
I've been
that.
seeing so many stories about moms that have been, like, the dude from, who did he play for? The Chiefs.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think his wife. Yeah, she, like, I think she, if I'm not mistaken, she had a baby and then she died about a month after from, like, sepsis or some shit. And it's
yes. And people don't even understand. Like, because of my situation is more legal than anything, I'm not really talking about it. You know. But yeah, like this is crazy. So like if I'm being vague, it's because I'm actually really going through the process of hiring an attorney, and I was advised not to share the story too much until I found the right person who can handle my case. But
did you find one?
I'm waiting for her to give me a call back next week, but I did talk to her paralegal and she's like, yo, this is a solid case.
If not, I mean, I know what, I mean, she's not in your area, she's in Ohio.
It has to be in Charlotte, but I didn't know that there was difference between malpractice. Well, I didn't know it was a difference between malpractice and negligence. And pineapples.
Oh, pineapples. Okay, we out of here. So
we gotta go. Production said pineapples. Y'all done rambled off and you talking too much. But that's what happens here at the Lauren Hour. You talk too much. Production says pineapples.
What?
Pineapples.
Pineapples. Zucchini. Grapes. All right, okay, let's go.
Yes,
We
we get
done.
off
We done.
track
We
so
done.
quick.
We done.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back soon. And also check out the shorts and our old lives and our old videos on here. We have a lot of content on here that will make you laugh.
And
It
then
will
follow
make
all
you
them
laugh.
socials because, like I said, I
Yes.
need people so I can start going live. I only got like 300.
Right. And follow my homegirl on her socials.
I only got like 300
Also,
and some followers on TikTok. What you need,
bring
1,000?
in some followers. Tell your friends about us. They're like
Tell
the
a
Lord.
friend to tell a friend. I'm funny in real life and on the internet.
Right.
Like, I'm funny. I am. Sometimes.
All right, guys. Lead with love. Be kind to each other. And until next time, we love you guys. And Jinx, thank you. Bye.